Alright, we're back at the vineyard. Just going to show you what's going on. It's starting to look nice again. Spring's sprung and summer's pretty much here. Been trying to get on top of this section a little bit this weekend. So I've been turning soil. I don't like to leave it bare because the sun and the rain and that just leaches all the goodness out of it. So I've been on these two beds. I've been trying to raise it a bit by adding a bit of organic matter. This is just bought in, recycled green waste, basically marketed as a soil conditioner. It's alright, but it's not as good as making your own, which I am doing as well. I just need to bulk things up a bit and speed things along. The willow archway is looking alright. There's my willow fence. And all my perennials are doing really well. Got my Solomon seal coming back through and hostas and such like. And in amongst this side we've got all sorts. Got some nice peony roses. And everything in here can be split up this year for sure because the beds are now pretty much full. And things like your peonies, they might not look that much on top, but beneath them they kind of grow similar to potatoes. So off each plant I should get 4 or 5. Which would be nice. And here's my cuttings, brand new in. Put them in about, I don't know, a week, maybe it's 2 weeks ago. And there's 177 in total. And I really do believe that this vine is the best for where I'm situated in the country. Just I'll show you update videos later on the year on how good this variety looks and how strong the leaf structure is, and I don't know, I just feel it's really well suited to here. But anyway, I'm doing the same technique as last year. Like I say, I put 177 cuttings in, but I would say probably about 40 or 50 were a bit like goofball ones. They weren't quite as good as what I'd hoped for, but you know, you may as well give them a shot. What I always try to do is 2 buds above the ground, 2 buds below the ground, and if you can rip the stem and leave a little bit of a heel, similar to like what you do with a lot of cuttings, it really helps. It's not essential, but it helps. So it's all looking good down this end. Harvesting water again from the spring in my tank because it's been so dry that I need to keep watering this time of year. I'm going to put some fish in this tank and hopefully they'll help eat some of the bugs that go in it, keep the mosquitoes down. Don't want them in here. Further up on this section, the 2 lower beds, I'm composting on top of them. They've just got a bit of way of themselves and I want to start afresh with them next year. So I really concentrating hard on building the soil in a really natural way with basically the waste that my business generates. Well, not all of it, but some of it, like the good stuff. And these beds, all the hostas are poking up now. They're looking nice, and I'll probably remove everything from these 2 beds and split them up, as we're going to hopefully get the polythene over the tunnel. I need a bit of room for next year, so really this year's a lot about what next year's going to be. That's kind of the way we're gardening. We should always future plan. Yeah, nice blossom on my conference pear trees. Doing great. Some onions starting to come up, which I've grown from set. Not quite the biodynamic way of doing everything from seed, but you know, you don't have to put a label on yourself, just do what you think's right. In amongst this, it's hard to see, but I've got vines. These are the ones that I bought from Yorkshire, and these are actually rondos, which is the red variety. So as you can see, they're all starting to bud up really well, and it's surprising how red these buds are in comparison to the green one. Rondos are a red flesh and a red skin, and it'll stain anything it touches red. Magic. Look at that, big old trees. Need to get timing them again. So yeah, as you can see, we've got vines dotted around all over, and the buds are all emerging. The bigger ones have been pruned back. Might focus next year on taking a few cuttings from these ones because they do produce quite well. This is a Vista Mont Blanc, I think that one is. Anyways, into the greenhouse. In here I've been following the Maria Ton biodynamic calendar for like doing all my seed work, and I'm really happy with the way it's gone this year. I mean, I can't say all the success is down to that, but I'm certainly doing much better than I have in past years. Everything's just coming through really well. If you want to know more about biodynamic gardening, well, you're going to have to look into that one yourself, because it's one of them things that you'll never get your head around it fully. But sometimes you don't have to understand everything. I don't really understand the internet, but you're watching us now, so you know, if you believe it works, then it might. So yeah, now I feel like the shelter belt that I've created provides enough shelter all year round, and I'm less worried about putting my polythene over this frame, and that'll be a big opener to what we can grow. Look at this vine's probably the furthest on. Leaves are opening. I'm sure it wasn't like that this morning, like. Chickens are all hiding in amongst the shelter belt and the shade. Not nice. So here's me 2 rows I've set up. This is a bit of an experiment which I'm doing. I'm trying to make a really environmentally friendly system here. Using willow trees as supports rather than metal and wire and posts and concrete and all over stuff that nature doesn't really provide. I found it quite easy doing it this way, to be honest, so if it works I'll be super chuffed. And these are the cuttings that I pulled out of the mound where my new cuttings went in, which I showed you just before. And as you can see, they're just starting to bud up there, and like they're just not that far off opening really. So yeah, bit of a result. I moved these into this side probably about, I think it was nearly 2 months ago now. So like generally I wouldn't have moved them that early because the ground would be so wet that I would damage a lot of the roots digging stuff out and transplanting. But we've had such a dry winter that I've just cracked on anyways, because as well it's hard to fit everything in once you get busy at work as a gardener in the summer. You have to lose a bit of time, so I find it a struggle to get up here. But anyway, this is the Bacchus. That's doing alright, all doing good. Not every single one I planted survived. I would say I've probably had about a 70% success rate on the ones that I bought in. Some of that's down to my own neglect, so you know, but a bit of experience. If I bought them in again, I better get them all to survive. But the Bacchus is doing really well, so I'm very happy with that. And the Phoenix isn't doing too bad at all. Like I say, a few more days really, and then well, a few more days of weather like this and they'll all be out in leaf pretty much. That's me older ones. Hopefully this year we'll get all these ones up onto the wires too, and I'll start feeling a little bit more like we've created a vineyard. Do have a bit of ground elder in that border. Negative, but we'll deal with it. Here's a pond full of wildlife. Some frogs in there I can see. I don't know if you can because the sun's bouncing off my screen. about it really.